Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Peachy from your WCA biology class, and today I'm going to be doing a tutorial for you on your virtual dissection portfolio, part of Unit 3, Lesson 18, and this is second semester biology. So today you are going to be looking at 3 different animals, because right now we are doing comparative anatomy, where you are comparing different body systems in different animals so that you can see how they're similar and how they are different from each other. You will be using the Lab Investigator Virtual Dissection tool in order for this to work for you. And you will have to download this, this program onto your computer. So that's something that does take a little bit of time, especially if you don't have a very fast internet connection. Excuse me. So when you do this, let's click on the rubric for a moment. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be doing a PowerPoint presentation. And this PowerPoint presentation is where you're going to pick the one specific body system, and you're going to be comparing and contrasting them among the 3 different animals. So if I go on to my website here under Biology B, if you scroll down, let's see here. You'll see the animal diversity template. Oops, excuse me. My bad, that's the wrong one. Virtual dissection rubric here. And that actually just brings you to a slightly modified version of the rubric where I've given you some more information. So you'll notice that this is similar to the one that's found in the lesson. However, I kind of give you a little bit more information on here. So what I'm asking you to do here is to compare the respiratory system of the earth frog and squid and explain how specimens breathe and which organs are involved, or compare the circulatory systems of the earthworm, frog, and squid, including major organs and vessels, blood transfer processes, how the systems are similar and how they differ, and explain the differences in terms of structure and environment, or compare the digestive systems of the earth frog and squid, include how food is ingested, how nutrients are extracted, and how waste is processed. You can do this, okay? You need to have at least one visual that goes along with this. So a written description and a visual. And like I said, a PowerPoint project works very well. You could have like a Venn diagram, for example, to do similarities and differences. That would be a nice visual example. You could do a flow chart to explain the system processes for each specimen. You can do a table with columns for the components of the system and each specimen in order to show the similarities and differences. Or you can include an image or diagram of each specimen showing the system's components appropriately labeled. Don't just put a picture of a frog, okay? You're going to want to include the labeled components of that specific system, whether it is the circulatory, the respiratory, or the digestive system. Okay, going back to our lesson viewer, now asks you to download the virtual dissection tool right here. So when I click on this, it's going to bring me to a screen where I can download this. Now, it does say you are required to have Adobe Air in order to download it. So if you do not have Adobe Air on your computer, you can download the latest version of Adobe Air right here. And then the Lab Investigator Virtual Dissection tool. And it does take some time. Even with my network connection, it probably took a good half an hour to download. So keep that in mind. So once you have that downloaded, I'm going to bring you back to my screen here. And I've opened this up. It will kind of come up as a, excuse me, as a shortcut on your screen. And this is what it looks like. Excuse me. So when you go back to the main screen, well, this is the main screen, I guess. You're going to log in, and then you can scroll among these 3 animals. Okay, so when I click on the earthworm, basically basically, you're going to see videos of dissections. Okay, so they're going to show you different body systems. They're going to show you a dissection of the earthworm. Now, here is the thing. If you are having trouble loading the virtual dissection tool, if you can't do this, it will not load on your computer, there is an alternate thing you can do. It's very easy to go onto YouTube. We can do that right now. And we can do a little search here for earthworm dissection. Okay. There are going to be a lot of different earthworm dissections. You're going to have to find one that includes and discusses the different body systems that are involved. So, you know, perhaps this one here, earthworm dissection tutorial. You may include something like, you know, we might be able to do something like earthworm dissection. Say you want the respiratory system. Okay, so maybe it'll go through that process. So these should be pretty easy to find on YouTube as well. So if for some reason your Lab Investigator is not working properly, that is an alternate option that will work very well. Okay, you're going to do the same thing for your squid and the frog. Again, there'll be videos associated with those. You're going to then do the comparative anatomy discussion that you'll include either in a PowerPoint, which would be a suggestion, or you could do a summary write-up and include like I said, a Venn diagram or a table or something showing similarities and differences, or images with the different diagrams that are labeled. If you like to draw, you can certainly draw those images, which I think is actually a really good option because that's something that you would often do in in an actual lab setting. You'd be doing diagrams and sketches and things like that, so that's an option for you as well. So use your creativity a little bit here. Just make sure you follow the details that are listed on the rubric. Pretty simple portfolio for you all this time around. You know, there's always options in this case for you to do these dissections yourselves. Just, you know, it's difficult to locate, you know, like lab specimens. I would not suggest going outside and finding frogs and worms and dissecting them, okay? You're going to want to purchase those from a science website that will give you ones that have been, you know, preserved and killed properly so that you're not at risk for disease and bacteria and that kind of stuff, okay? If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to give me a call at extension 2204 or send me a webmail message. Have a great day, everybody.